Have you ever noticed how sometimes the biggest celebrity headlines don't come from carefully planned announcements or glamorous red carpet appearances? Instead, they happen during the most ordinary conversations. That's exactly what happened when Tom Holland made a casual comment that instantly caught the attention of millions of fans around the world. There was no official statement, no dramatic reveal, no social media post filled with wedding photos. Just one simple word that completely changed the conversation online. While appearing on a podcast, Tom referred to Zendaya as his wife. It was a quick, natural response to a lighthearted question, but within minutes, entertainment fans everywhere were talking about it. For people who have followed Tom and Zendaya's journey from the very beginning, that unexpected moment felt incredibly meaningful. It wasn't because Tom was trying to make headlines. It was because the comment sounded completely genuine. Sometimes, the most memorable moments happen when people aren't trying to create them. The moment occurred during a preview of the Dish podcast. Interestingly, the conversation had nothing to do with relationships or marriage. Instead, Tom was asked a fun and simple question. If he could take anyone on a vacation to Greece, who would he choose? Without taking time to think about his answer, Tom smiled and casually replied that he would probably take his wife. That single response immediately stood out. Listeners quickly realized this was the first time Tom had publicly used that word while speaking about Zendaya in such a relaxed setting. It wasn't presented as a formal announcement or prepared statement. Instead, it slipped naturally into the conversation, making it feel even more authentic. But Tom didn't stop there. Keeping the conversation playful, he joked that it would be incredibly awkward if he told Zendaya he was going to Greece with his friend Matt Damon instead. Laughing, he imagined saying something like, "Sorry, I'm heading to Greece with Matt." The lighthearted joke perfectly reflected the humor fans have always loved about Tom. His ability to stay relaxed and funny, even while discussing personal topics, is one of the reasons audiences continue connecting with him. Although the exchange lasted only a few seconds, clips from the interview spread rapidly across social media. Fans immediately began sharing videos, creating reactions, and discussing what Tom's comment could mean. Some viewers saw it as an accidental slip. Others believed it was Tom's subtle way of confirming something fans had suspected for quite some time. Regardless of which interpretation people believed, nearly everyone agreed on one thing. The moment was incredibly sweet. For years, Tom Holland and Zendaya have built a reputation for protecting their private lives. Unlike many celebrity couples who frequently document every vacation, celebration, or milestone online, Tom and Zendaya have taken a very different approach. They've always preferred to keep the spotlight focused on their work rather than their relationship. Because of that, every rare glimpse into their personal life feels much more special. Instead of constantly updating fans about everything happening behind the scenes, they choose to share only occasional moments. Ironically, that privacy has made people even more interested in their relationship. Fans appreciate the fact that they don't appear to chase headlines. Their relationship feels authentic because it isn't built around publicity. That balance between openness and privacy has become one of the qualities audiences admire most. Their story actually began several years ago while working together on the Spider-Man films. At first, they were simply co-stars. Over time, viewers began noticing their natural chemistry, both on screen and during interviews. Their friendship gradually grew stronger, and before long, rumors about a possible romance started appearing everywhere. For months, speculation continued. Neither Tom nor Zendaya rushed to address the rumors. Instead, they continued focusing on their careers. Eventually, their relationship became public, and fans around the world celebrated the news. Since then, they have become one of Hollywood's favorite couples, not because of dramatic headlines, but because of the genuine respect and affection they consistently show one another. Even with enormous public attention surrounding them, both actors have remained remarkably grounded. Interviews usually revolve around upcoming movies, exciting projects, or life as performers. Whenever personal questions come up, they often answer with a smile, a joke, or a brief response before returning the focus to their work. That consistency has earned them respect from both fans and fellow actors. In an entertainment industry where personal relationships often become public entertainment, Tom and Zendaya have managed to create healthy boundaries. And those boundaries make moments like the recent podcast comment even more memorable, because they happen so naturally. Recently, fans have also noticed Tom becoming slightly more comfortable mentioning Zendaya during interviews. Not in a dramatic way, but through small comments that reveal just enough to make audiences smile. One memorable example happened while promoting The Odyssey. During a group interview featuring an impressive cast, the conversation turned toward fan theories surrounding the film. Eventually, Zendaya's character entered the discussion. Tom couldn't resist making a playful joke. Smiling, he suggested that her character couldn't possibly develop romantic feelings for another character because she was already married to him. The room immediately burst into laughter. Although everyone understood it was meant as humor, fans loved seeing Tom speak so warmly about Zendaya. Moments like these remind audiences why the couple remains so popular. Their interactions never feel rehearsed. Instead, they come across as spontaneous, comfortable, and completely genuine. Even though the public continues searching for more information about their relationship, Tom and Zendaya have remained committed to protecting the parts of life that matter most. That decision has only strengthened the admiration people have for them. Rather than constantly sharing every important milestone, they allow their actions to speak louder than headlines. And perhaps that's exactly why one simple word on a podcast became one of the biggest entertainment stories of the week. Because when Tom Holland casually said, "my wife," it wasn't surrounded by cameras, flashy announcements, or carefully written press releases. It was just an honest, effortless moment that reminded everyone why fans continue rooting for this beloved Hollywood couple. While Tom Holland's podcast comment may have captured the internet's attention, it also reminded fans of something they've admired about him and Zendaya for years. Their relationship has never been about publicity. In an era where celebrity couples often share every milestone online, Tom and Zendaya have consistently chosen a different path. They've never felt the need to turn every personal moment into a public event. Instead, they've protected the most meaningful parts of their lives. And according to many fans, that's exactly what makes their relationship feel so genuine. Naturally, one of the biggest topics people remain curious about is their marriage. Despite the endless attention surrounding them, the couple has shared very little publicly about their wedding. There have been no elaborate photo collections, no detailed interviews describing every moment, and no constant updates about their private celebrations. They've intentionally kept those memories close to the people who matter most. Family, close friends, and each other. That decision may surprise some people, especially considering how famous they are. But for Tom and Zendaya, privacy has always been an important part of maintaining a healthy relationship. Tom recently touched on that topic during an interview when he briefly acknowledged the wedding. However, he also made it clear that there are certain experiences he prefers to keep personal. He explained that the ceremony was intimate and centered around their closest loved ones, but beyond that, he wasn't interested in sharing additional details publicly. It wasn't because he wanted to avoid fans. It wasn't because he didn't appreciate the support. It was simply because some memories are more valuable when they're kept private. That mindset reflects something both Tom and Zendaya have consistently demonstrated throughout their relationship. They understand that millions of people care about them. They know fans are curious, but they also believe not everything needs to be shared with the world. And in today's entertainment industry, that's become increasingly rare. Many celebrity relationships live entirely in the public eye. Every date night becomes a headline. Every social media post becomes a story. Every rumor becomes a trending topic. Tom and Zendaya, however, have shown that it's possible to enjoy success while still protecting the moments that matter most. Ironically, keeping their relationship private has made fans appreciate them even more. Because when they do share something, it feels real. A small joke means something. A supportive comment feels meaningful. A simple smile during an interview becomes memorable. Nothing feels forced. Nothing feels staged. And that's why audiences continue connecting with them year after year. Another reason fans admire the couple is the incredible respect they have for each other's careers. Despite being one of Hollywood's most talked about relationships, they never allow their personal lives to overshadow their professional achievements. Tom frequently praises Zendaya's talent, dedication, and work ethic. He's spoken about how much he respects her as an artist and how impressed he is by everything she continues to accomplish. At the same time, Zendaya has repeatedly expressed admiration for Tom's passion and commitment to acting. They celebrate each other's successes rather than competing for attention. And perhaps that's one of the strongest foundations of their relationship. Mutual respect. As both stars continue taking on major projects, their schedules remain incredibly demanding. Filming, press tour, international travel, premieres, interviews. The demands of Hollywood never seem to slow down. Yet despite those challenges, they continue supporting one another every step of the way. That unwavering support is another reason fans continue rooting for them. Because no matter how successful they become individually, they still appear to be each other's biggest cheerleaders. Looking back, that's exactly why Tom's podcast comment resonated with so many people. It wasn't a carefully planned media strategy. It wasn't a dramatic announcement designed to dominate headlines. It was simply an honest answer to an ordinary question. And sometimes, authenticity creates the biggest impact. One word. Wife. That was all it took. A single word sparked conversations across social media, generated headlines worldwide, and reminded fans just how much affection and respect exists between these two stars. But perhaps the most important takeaway wasn't whether the comment was intentional. It wasn't whether fans received confirmation. It wasn't even about marriage itself. The real reason people reacted so strongly is because Tom and Zendaya represent something audiences rarely see in Hollywood. A relationship built on trust, respect, friendship, humor, support, and healthy boundaries. Those qualities may not always generate dramatic headlines, but they're often the things that matter most. Whether they're attending premieres, promoting blockbuster films, or simply laughing together during interviews, they continue winning people over in the most natural way possible. As their careers continue reaching incredible heights, fans will undoubtedly keep cheering them on. Not only because they're talented actors, but because people genuinely enjoy seeing two successful individuals support one another while remaining true to themselves. For now, fans may still not know every detail about their private lives. And honestly, that appears to be exactly how Tom and Zendaya prefer it. Every now and then, they offer a small glimpse into their happiness. A playful joke, a supportive comment, a sweet interview moment. And judging by the reaction to Tom's recent podcast appearance, those little moments are more than enough to make headlines around the world. At the end of the day, their story proves that love doesn't always need grand announcements. It doesn't always require constant updates. Sometimes the quietest moments leave the strongest impression. And maybe that's why fans continue feeling so connected to Tom Holland and Zendaya. Because instead of telling the world everything, They've shown that genuine love can still exist away from the spotlight. As always, they continue letting their actions speak louder than words. And perhaps that's the reason millions of people continue admiring them today. So what do you think? Was Tom's podcast comment simply an accidental slip? Or was it his subtle way of sharing happy news with fans? Whatever the answer may be, one thing is certain. That single moment reminded everyone why Tom Holland and Zendaya remain one of Hollywood's most beloved couples. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more celebrity news, trending Hollywood stories, and heartwarming updates. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.